Here's Bob Funk joining us from Las Vegas. He's the CEO of Express Employment Professionals, and he is the former Kansas City Fed chair.
For people who aren't familiar with your company, Express Employment Services actually is the 5th largest employment agency. I think you had annual sales of $2.5 billion, and you're going to place about 500,000 people in jobs this year?
That's correct. We're at about 500,000 individuals this year, and of course, we hope to be at 1 million before long.
In a recent interview, I heard you say that you placed, 500,000 people in the past year, and you're looking to grow that. Business is good for not just your business, but the entire staffing sector.
Bob, welcome back.
Glad to be here this morning.
I want you to go through how Obamacare is changing the American workplace, because the president and his people say it's not changing the workplace at all. Number one, is it creating more part-time jobs?
It is creating more part-time jobs, and the staffing industry is increasing a lot because of that factor.
That's what you do.
That's what we do. We employ about 400,000 temporary employees per year, but the industry is growing because the companies are basically saying, we're not going to make a commitment to full-time employees. We're going to put them on a temporary basis.
What do you think is happening because of the Affordable Care Act?
Well, I think businesses are very uncertain as to what's going to happen. Of course, if you don't know what your budget is going to be, it's hard to make a profit in a company. And so many companies are going to flexible staffing instead of full-time employment. And our position as a company is that we want to go from part-time staffing or temporary staffing to full-time employment. The government's going just the opposite direction, from 40-hour work week down to a 29-hour work week. That's not healthy for the company. Great for our company, but not healthy for
I was going to say, this is something that's been a boon for your business.
It's a boon for our business, but not healthy for the country as a whole. If you have integrity, of course, businessmen and business persons are most interested in the quality of the individual. Any company is only as good as the quality of the person that they hire.
You're one of the biggest employment agencies in America.
We're the fifth largest.
That's a big one. And you're telling me that employers are now going for part-time people under 30 hours. Obamacare is skewing them towards part-time. Point one, yes?
That's correct.
Number two, what happens when an employer bumps up against the 50 threshold? Do they want to employ number 51 or 52?
They'd like to put number 51 or 52 on the temporary staffing payroll, and that's where we come into effect. And of course, that's why our industry is growing so quickly. It's a boon for our business, but not healthy for the country as a whole, because companies are, especially the small companies, are not wanting to be big companies. They're trying to limit their growth. And of course, we're having a shortage of skills right now. The skill gap is very important to us, and the shortage of skills in America is becoming somewhat acute. And that, of course, the higher the pay, the higher the skill level that the companies are asking for.
Did they really come to you and say, I got 40 employees, I want more people, but...
We're having a lot of them coming and say, you take all of our employees. We're no longer going to be in the human resource business. The government is just putting too much burden on top of the business. And these are small and medium-sized businesses. They can't afford a lot of government regs. They can't afford a lot of government overhead. And so they're saying, take them all.